Hello, everyone. My name is Laura Faria. I am a Cisco Security Architect, and I am going to show you how you can integrate a FMC 7.4 with your Cisco Security Cloud Control. The reason for this video is because these instructions, which I'm going to paste in the comments, these instructions show how to do the integration between a Cisco Secure Firewall Management Center, an FMC 7.6, with the Cisco Security Cloud Control. Now, for users who are still on 7.4, and by the way, as of January 2025, we are still, the Gold Star release is still 7.4. So most of us are probably on 7.4. Therefore, these instructions are a little ahead of the game and do not show what the 7.4 integration looks like. And so that's the reason why I created the video. So I just want to make sure that's clear before you watch the whole thing. And so the reason why the 7.4 is a little different than the 7.6 is that there's been a lot of increases and feature upgrades to 7.6, and the UI looks a lot different. Also, you can see here that SecureX is end of life, and so that also makes it that so that the integration is a little bit different. So I want to just state that before we get started. Now, if you do want to continue to watch the rest of the video, we are going to go over how the FMC integrates with Cisco Security Cloud Control. And this integration is going to give existing FMC users access to Cisco Security Cloud Control. Now, this is something that if you have an existing FMC license, then you have access to Cisco Security Cloud Control. So it's a freebie. You might as well take advantage of it. And it has a lot of really good features. For example, as it states here, you have the ability to use the AI assistant for security, which is great. That comes along with a policy analyzer and optimizer. So it looks at all your rule set and optimizes them for you. The low touch provisioning is another fantastic feature that this tool offers, and it offers the ability to onboard branch devices. And this is especially helpful for people who are exploring our new SD-WAN features. So that's something that I highly recommend if you're doing that. Now, it does have integrations with Cisco XDR, Talos event and services, as well as multi-cloud defense. So it kind of ties all of those together, which is great. And with any of those products that I mentioned, as well as any ASAs and FTD devices, you have the ability to get cloud-based login and inventing, which just, it's rich login with security analytics embedded. So there's a lot of good reasons why you would want to go ahead and enable these devices. Now, as the prerequisite states, if you don't have a account, you can go to http :// sign-on.security.cisco.com and create your own account. I do suggest that you use the same email that is associated with your smart licensing account, just for consistency purposes. And once one of the administrators has access to your Cisco Security Cloud, you're able to create tenants or users within your company and give them access to this tool as well. So, um, so that's great. Now, some of the housekeeping items is you either have to do one of two things. You have to open up your FMC to port 443, your standard TCP or HTTPS. Or if you don't want to allow that connectivity, another thing you could do is, depending on what region you're in, Americas, Europe, APG, or Australia, you could also just enable these domains so that the FMC has the ability to reach out to these resources. And that way the integration is able to be completed. So just some things to keep in mind as we get started. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just jump into what my cloud control device looks like. I can see here that I have several devices that I've connected with. So these are my home lab devices. I also have here under integrations, I have the connections, my FMC connections that I've enabled in the past. And so what we should see here is the before picture. So before I integrate my new FMC to my security cloud control, this is what I see, and then I'll show you the after effects to prove that the integration has worked. Okay. Now I'm going to jump into my virtual FMC. I've stood up a virtual FMC deployment just for testing purposes. So this is a lab environment. Just be mindful of that. And here under integration, I'm going to go into my SecureX integrations. Okay. Similar to, and I'm just going to pull these instructions aside. So similar with what we've seen before is here is here is our SecureX instructions setup. So we want to make sure that we are in aligned to which region, and this cloud region is also going to determine which domains I need to allow. So I just want to, and it automatically selects the region that you're in, but if you need to change it, feel free to do so. And it's pretty simple. Like I want to enable SecureX. And what I should see is this welcome to Security Cloud Control page. In order to get started, I'm going to go ahead and select continue the single sign-on. And here is where I'm going to sign on to my Security Cloud Control. So I'm just going to use my password from that link that you clicked on before and that account that we've created. Okay. This is our Duo multi-factor check. So this is a part of our organization that we have to input this code into my personal device. And as soon as I'm able to log in, I should see um, a code of some kind to get the application started. Oh, so I'm going to have to just select a tenant or create a tenant. And here it is. So this is the code that I need to keep in mind as I am going between my FMC and my security cloud control, right? So what's happening here is they are exchanging API keys in the backhand. And this is just kind of like a multi-factor authentication that the user gets in order to approve this integration. So it says that I've been, and it was very quick. I don't know if you saw it, but the the same application access code was here, and now it says in this orange text that SecureX has been enabled for a US region. I'm going to go ahead and send login events to it, as well as enable SecureX or orchestration, and make sure to save here, because that is not going to work unless you hit save. And as soon as I hit save, we saw that this box turned green, which means that SecureX is working. Okay, and now that it's done loading, I can see that the integration has taken place. now I'm going to validate that this integration did take place by going back to my security cloud control and verifying that I see that these devices are now online. And if I go into my administration integrations and my FMC integrations within my security cloud control, I can see that there it was synced approximately 4 minutes ago. I think I have a 10-minute sync um, here, and so I can see that it's that the integration is working and that it's reading information from the FMC. Now, if I wanted to take this one step further, I could also go into my policies and I can start to use my optimization tool in order to see, the health of the policies that I have, the unhealthy policies that I have, my disabled rules, things of that nature. I can also ask, um, you know, do I have any redundant rules in my AI assistant? And my AI assistant can now read information from my FMC devices that you know lets me know what kind of rules and policies I've set up. So this is really useful if you have a lot of rules and you don't know where to begin your spring cleaning. You can use this to have an idea of where to start and what things to look at first that might seem redundant. So it's like like anything, the AI is just a helpful tool. You still need to verify and think about whether the suggestions are good suggestions, or you should implement these suggestions. So definitely always double check the AI's work, but I think it's an incredible tool to help you get started. And that is all I have for you guys. Thank you for listening to this video and have a good one.